Do you ever feel like you can't leave the house without makeup? That you need those 12 steps of skincare just to feel normal? Well, guess what? You're not crazy. You've been played. These three women, the original girl bosses of beauty, weren't your friends. More like mean girls. They were your dealers, pushing products that didn't make you better, just more dependent. You think makeup empowers you? Think again. It's a billion-dollar industry built on making women feel insecure. A century ago, these three women masterminded a scheme to turn your face into their profit. They conned generations into believing a bare face is a bad face.
I don't like makeup. I'm against makeup. I don't think it's good for women, and I don't think they really need to be using it, honestly. I think it takes away from a woman's natural beauty, and also, it is so bad for you.
They turned normal aging into a disease that only their products could cure, and they got rich doing it. Get ready to learn how the beauty industry conned billions of us into buying their products, because once you understand the game, you'll never be a sucker again. Back in the early 1900s, makeup wasn't mainstream. It was associated with actresses and, well, let's just say ladies of the night. The average woman wouldn't dare leave the house with a painted face. But then came these three women with their miracle creams and powders, promising to transform ordinary women into goddesses. They opened luxurious salons, catering to the rich and famous, but their real trick was to mass market it and create a world where makeup was not just acceptable, but desirable. They did this through marketing and targeting women who were just getting prettied up in the salon. They told women their skin was flawed, pores too large, and wrinkles a sign of neglect. They preyed on women's insecurities, whispering promises of eternal youth and beauty in exchange for a hefty price tag. And it worked. Women lined up for their products, believing the hype and shelling out their hard-earned cash for a dream. The truth is, their miracle creams were often filled with questionable ingredients, and the promises of eternal youth were nothing more than clever marketing. These women didn't empower other women. They created a never-ending cycle of need and dissatisfaction. They made us believe we were never good enough without their products. And it's a lie that's been perpetuated for over a century. But how did these three women manage to turn society on its head and completely change what women believe to be the right way to look? To understand that, we need to go back to where it all began.
There's no such thing as bad business. You can have the finest product in the world. If you don't know how to sell it, you got nothing.
Picture the Roaring 20, a time of change, rebellion, and birth of the modern woman. And these three beauty moguls were right there, capitalizing on the zeitgeist. Elizabeth Arden, the Queen of Beauty, opened her first Red Door salon in 1910. It was more than just a place to get a facial. It was a temple of transformation where women could escape their everyday lives and indulge in luxury. Helena Rubinstein, the Empress of Beauty, was a savvy businesswoman who understood the power of science. She opened her first salon in Australia in 1902 and quickly expanded her empire into London, Germany, and New York, marketing her products as scientifically formulated and results-driven. Estee Lauder, the Queen of Sales, started her business from her kitchen table, mixing her own creams and lotions. She was a master of marketing, working her way up through the beauty salons, using her infectious enthusiasm and personal touch to convince women that her products were essential. These women laid the foundation of the beauty industry as we know it today. They created a culture of consumption where women were constantly chasing after an unattainable ideal of beauty, and they made billions doing it. But what if we told you their legacy isn't all glamour and success? What if we told you that they're responsible for perpetuating harmful beauty standards and fueling a multi-billion-dollar industry that profits from women's need to fit in and feel pretty. The truth behind these beauty icons is far uglier than you might imagine. Tired of the beauty industry telling you you're not good enough? Ready to break free from the endless cycle of products and false promises? And want to know how we got here? Then discover the truth behind the lies. Dive into the captivating stories that expose the dark side of beauty, challenge societal norms, and empower you to embrace your natural self. With Audible, you can listen to these eye-opening books, like The Beauty Myth, anytime, anywhere. Transform your commute, your workouts, your daily routine into a journey of self-discovery. Join Audible today and uncover the secrets the beauty industry doesn't want you to know. Start your free trial now, because true beauty comes from within, not from a bottle. Even during times of hardship, the beauty industry thrived, and the beauty moguls were quick to adapt, positioning their products as essential for morale and patriotism. They capitalized on women's desire to maintain a sense of normalcy and femininity amidst the chaos of war. Makeup became a symbol of resilience and hope, but it also reinforced the idea that a woman's worth was tied to her appearance, even in the face of a global conflict. The post-war era brought about a golden age of advertising, and these beauty moguls were at the forefront. They harnessed the power of television and print media, bombarding women with images of unattainable beauty. Are you noticing a pattern yet? These women managed to pivot with all of the cultural changes, making sure you'd stay hooked on their products. They created an illusion of perfection, convincing women that their products were the keys to happiness, success, and even love. The message from them was clear. You weren't good enough as you were. You needed their products to fix your flaws and become the woman you were meant to be. Take Estee Lauder's Youth Dew, a perfect example of marketing to the masses.
The cosmetic business is hugely competitive. It's dog eat dog. Everybody watches everyone else. And it is on a worldwide basis. It's like playing a worldwide chess game.
Fast forward to today, and the beauty industry has evolved into a multi-billion-dollar behemoth. But the tactics pioneered by these original beauty moguls remain the same. They prey on self-doubt, create impossible beauty standards, and sell the illusion of perfection, getting women to buy even more products and keeping us hooked at every stage of life. The legacy of these women is far from glamorous. They built their empires on the backs of women's desire to feel beautiful, fueling a toxic culture of anxiety and comparison. And while the beauty industry may have evolved, underlying message remains the same. You're not good enough without our product. But buckle up, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. The rivalry between Helena Rubinstein and Elizabeth Arden was so cutthroat, it made Real Housewives look like a tea party. While Estee Lauder was making her mark, that fierce rivalry was brewing between Helena Rubinstein and Elizabeth Arden. Those two titans of beauty were locked in a decades-long battle for dominance fueled by ambition, ego, and a healthy dose of disdain for one another. Their feud was legendary, a constant source of gossip and intrigue in the beauty world. They copied each other's products, stole each other's employees, and even hired private detectives to spy on one another. It was a battle royale worthy of the tabloids. Their feud even extended beyond the boardroom. They competed for social status, vying for attention of royalty and celebrities. Their salons became battlegrounds, each striving to outdo the other with opulent interiors and cutting-edge treatments. But beneath the glitz and the glamour, their rivalry masked a deeper truth, the lengths to which these women would go to maintain their power and control over the beauty industry. Their feud may have been entertaining, but it also perpetuated a culture of competitiveness and backbiting among women. Don't get it twisted. They were always vying for more of women's wallets. While these women were busy battling each other, they were also laying the groundwork for the deceptive beauty culture that continues to plague us today. Their relentless pursuit of profit and power had devastating consequences for women's self-esteem and body image. Stay tuned as we reveal the dark underbelly of their rivalry and expose the hidden cost of their success. As the decades passed, the shine began to wear off the beauty moguls' empires. Their once unstoppable businesses faced challenges from new competitors, changing consumer tastes, and the harsh realities of aging. Rubinstein, once hailed as the ageless queen of beauty, struggled to maintain her youthful image. Her company's sales declined as younger generations sought out fresher, more innovative brands. Arden, known for her glamorous lifestyle and lavish spending, found herself embroiled in legal battles and financial woes. Her once thriving empire was crumbling under the weight of debt and mismanagement. Even Estee Lauder, the seemingly unstoppable force of the beauty industry, faced scrutiny over her company's questionable practices and the environmental impact of her products. Cracks in her carefully crafted image began to show. The beauty moguls' relentless pursuit of profit and power ultimately led to their undoing. Their empires, built on the backs of women's insecurities, crumbled under the weight of their own greed and ambition. Revlon bought Elizabeth Arden in 2016. Helena Rubinstein's brand was bought out by L'Oreal in 1984 and is now only sold in Europe. Estee Lauder continues to be owned by the family, but its heirs are battling it out after the firm's shares plunged more than 50% in 2023. But their legacy lives on. The beauty industry they helped create continues to prey on our insecurities, selling us products we don't need, and continue to lure us in with those unattainable standards of beauty. So there you have it, the beauty trifecta. Rubinstein, Arden, Lauder weren't just building empires, they were building a prison for women's self-esteem. They sold us the idea that we're not good enough, all to line their pockets with gold. But here's the thing, ladies, these beauty pioneers were just the beginning. Their legacy lives on in an even bigger, badder beast, the multi-billion-dollar anti-aging industry. It's a snake oil salesman's dream come true, peddling promises of eternal youth in a jar. But what's really in those jars, and at what cost to your health? In our next video, we're ripping off the mask of the anti-aging industry. We'll expose the dirty secrets, the misleading claims, and the shocking truth about what those products are really doing to your skin. So don't mind getting old, get angry. The truth will set you free. And your wrinkles, they're just a roadmap of a life well lived.